ADHD doesn't just affect how you focus, plan, or manage time. Over years, it quietly shapes how you see yourself. Many people with ADHD don't realize this is happening because identity shifts gradually. You don't wake up one day deciding to believe you're unreliable, lazy, or bad at life. Those beliefs form slowly through repeated experiences of misunderstanding, inconsistency, and unmet expectations. By adulthood, they feel like facts rather than stories. If you've ever felt like ADHD defines who you are instead of something you have, this isn't a personal failure. It's the result of long-term identity erosion. Identity is built from patterns. When you repeatedly struggle with things others find easy, your brain looks for an explanation. Without understanding ADHD, the explanation often becomes personal. You might tell yourself that you lack discipline, motivation, or maturity. Each missed deadline, forgotten task, or emotional reaction reinforces that narrative. Over time, these moments stack into a belief system. ADHD stops being a challenge you manage and starts feeling like a flaw you are. One of the most painful parts of ADHD identity formation is inconsistency. You may have moments of high capability, creativity, and insight, followed by periods of struggle. This unpredictability makes it hard to form a stable sense of self. You might wonder which version of you is real, the capable one or the struggling one. Without context, it's easy to conclude that success is accidental and failure is fundamental. This belief quietly undermines confidence and ambition. External feedback plays a huge role. Many people with ADHD grow up receiving more correction than encouragement. Even well-meaning feedback can focus on what's wrong instead of what's working. Over time, you internalize these messages. You start monitoring yourself constantly, looking for mistakes before others can point them out. This hypervigilance becomes part of your identity, shaping how you interact with the world. Another layer comes from comparison. Watching others move through life with apparent ease can intensify feelings of inadequacy. You might compare your behind-the-scenes chaos to others' polished outcomes. Social media amplifies this effect, presenting curated versions of productivity, success, and self-control. For ADHD brains, which are already emotionally sensitive, these comparisons land deeply. Identity becomes defined by what you're not, rather than who you are. ADHD identity is also shaped by coping strategies. Masking, overworking, people-pleasing, and perfectionism often develop as survival tools. They help you fit in and avoid criticism. But over time, these strategies blur your sense of self. You might lose touch with what you actually want or need because you're focused on managing perceptions. When burnout hits and these strategies stop working, identity can feel empty or fragile. Shame plays a central role here. Shame isn't just about mistakes, it's about believing you are the mistake. ADHD shame often becomes woven into identity, influencing decisions without conscious awareness. You might avoid opportunities because you don't trust yourself to handle them. You might stay small to avoid failure. These choices reinforce the belief that you're limited, even when that's not true. One of the hardest moments for many people with ADHD is realizing how much of their life has been shaped by self-doubt rather than desire. You may look back and see paths not taken, risks avoided, or dreams abandoned. This realization can bring grief. That grief is valid. It's the grief of lost self-belief. But grief also marks the beginning of change. Rebuilding identity with ADHD isn't about becoming someone new. It's about reclaiming parts of yourself that were overshadowed by misunderstanding. The first step is separating ADHD traits from moral judgments. Difficulty with consistency doesn't mean unreliability. Emotional intensity doesn't mean immaturity. Needing support doesn't mean weakness. These are neurological differences, not character flaws. Another key step is updating your self-story with context. Many beliefs about yourself were formed without understanding ADHD. Revisiting past experiences with new information can be healing. Moments that once felt like proof of failure can be reinterpreted as signs of unmet support. This doesn't erase pain, but it reframes it. Identity rebuilding also involves noticing where ADHD hasn't failed you. ADHD often comes with strengths like creativity, empathy, pattern recognition, and adaptability. These strengths may not have been valued in traditional settings, but they are real. Recognizing them helps balance the narrative. Identity becomes more nuanced and accurate. Self-trust plays a crucial role here. As discussed in earlier videos, self-trust is often damaged by ADHD experiences. Rebuilding identity requires rebuilding trust in your intentions and effort. This doesn't mean expecting perfection. It means acknowledging that you are doing your best with the tools you have. Trust grows when effort is respected, not dismissed. Another important shift is moving from outcome-based identity to process-based identity. Instead of defining yourself by what you achieve, you define yourself by how you engage. Showing up, trying, adjusting, and learning all count. This perspective reduces the emotional stakes of success and failure, making identity more resilient. Identity is also shaped by environment. When you're constantly in spaces that highlight your difficulties, self-concept suffers. Seeking environments that value flexibility, creativity, and collaboration can dramatically change how you see yourself. Fit matters. Struggle doesn't always mean you're broken. Sometimes it means you're in the wrong context. It's also helpful to examine the language you use internally. Words like always, never, and can't signal fixed identity beliefs. Replacing them with more flexible language sometimes, right now, with support creates room for change. Language influences perception, and perception shapes identity. Rebuilding identity also requires patience. Identity shifts slowly because it's reinforced by repetition. You won't undo years of conditioning overnight. Small changes in how you interpret experiences gradually reshape self-concept. Each compassionate response to struggle weakens old beliefs and strengthens new ones. Another powerful practice is reclaiming agency. ADHD identity erosion often comes from feeling out of control. Making intentional choices, even small ones, restores a sense of authorship over your life. Agency doesn't require perfect outcomes. It requires choice aligned with values. It's important to note that identity rebuilding doesn't mean ignoring ADHD challenges. It means integrating them honestly. You can acknowledge limitations without letting them define your worth. A healthy identity holds complexity. You can be capable and struggling, creative and inconsistent, ambitious and in need of rest. As identity rebuilds, fear may surface. Letting go of old beliefs, even painful ones, can feel unsafe because they're familiar. You might worry about who you'll be without self-criticism driving you. This fear is normal. Growth often feels unfamiliar before it feels empowering. Over time, as identity shifts, behavior follows. When you see yourself as someone who deserves support rather than punishment, you naturally seek healthier systems. Motivation becomes gentler. Effort feels less forced. Life becomes less about proving yourself and more about living. Inside Dopaloop Pro, we focus deeply on identity rebuilding for ADHD brains, not through affirmations or pressure, but through understanding, context, and practical tools that support long-term change. If you want help rebuilding how you see yourself without forcing transformation, you'll find the link in the description.